In 1976, American League Baseball finally made its way across the border, and on March 26, Toronto was awarded an American League Baseball team. This team would forever be known as the Toronto Blue Jays, the only Canadian team in Major League Baseball.
The Blue Jays worked to build their team but still couldn't make the playoffs till 1985. The Jays finally clinched their first postseason experience by defeating the New York Yankees 5-1 on what could have been the last game. Their first season playoff run started with a bang as the Jays leading 3-1 against the Kansas City Royals, who then came back to defeat the Blue Jays in 7 games. Sadly, after the Jays' playoff debut, they went on a rocky streak from 85 to 91. There was a lot of rebuilding to be done, but it wasn't impossible for coach/general manager Pat Gillick. He liked to say that baseball is about talent, hard work, and strategy, but at the deepest level, it's about love, integrity, and respect. With that belief, the Jays set off, once again, to show the North what they really were made of.
They did so as a year that had a record of 92 wins and 66 losses. The only two teams the Jays had a losing record to in the regular season was the Boston Red Sox and the Milwaukee Brewers. It did not only put the Jays at the top of the league, but also locked in their postseason playoff berth. The Jays worked harder than ever before. The Jays faced the Oakland Athletics in a 5-game series. The Jays took home the final game on home soil, 9-2. This confirmed the Jays' first trip to the World Series. The 1992 World Series was the first time the World Series would get playing above the American border. Although very exciting, it came with kinks, such as Canadian flag being flown upside down. The Jays were set to face the Atlanta Braves. In the opening game, the Jays lost but bounced back to win the next 3 in a row. Losing Game 5 sent them back to Atlanta for the deciding game. In a nail-biting 11-inning game, the Jays took the title and became the first ever Canadian baseball team to win the World Series.
Nixon bunts. Timlin on it. Throws to first. For the first time in history, the World Championship banner will fly north of the border. The Toronto Blue Jays are baseball's best in 1992.
A new season came with new changes to their roster. While they lost some key players, GM Gillick was able to score some new gems for the Blue Jays lineup. After their strongest season yet, with highlights such as having 7 members represented at the All-Star game, as well, they had the top 3 batters in the American League of that season. And if that wasn't enough, they finished the year with a 95-67 record in 1993, making them first in their division. This punched their ticket to make the ALCS. They'd face the Chicago White Sox, dropping a game at home as the Jays bounced back to win and head to their second World Series in a row. In the series, they'd faced the Philadelphia Phillies. They had a 2-1 lead going into Game 4, and that game would be the highest scoring game in World Series history with 29 runs in total. With the Jays scoring 6 runs in the bottom of the 8th to win the game 15-14, they took the series 3-1. The series ended up going back to Toronto, and Joe Carter hit his famous walk-off homer to let the Blue Jays capture the World Series title yet again.
2 balls and 2 strikes on it. Here's the pitch on the way, a swing and a belt, left field, way back, Blue Jays win it! The Blue Jays are World Series champions as Joe Carter hits a 3-run home run in the 9th inning, and the Blue Jays have repeated as World Series champions. Touch 'em all, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life.
Making this the second consecutive World Series title for the Jays and the first one ever to be won on Canadian soil in their very own Skydome.